Over the past 2 years that I've been making gun holsters, there's two things that I've learned that I want to share. Number one, you got to be very mindful of water touching vegetable tan leather and metal hardware, because there's a possibility it can cause a chemical reaction and it'll discolor the leather, it'll turn it black. Here's a holster that I screwed up, and one of the things I did on it, there's two major mess ups on it. The first one is the metal snaps and rivet that I use for the reinforcement piece on the thumb brake. I put those in before I wet formed the holster. That was a big mistake. Steel will definitely discolor leather if it touches it and it's wet. It caused a black ring around the snap here. I tried to cover it up with a Sharpie and it just ended up looking terrible, and I realized that it looked, it was just really hacky, and I figured it wasn't something I was happy with, and I started over. Now I've made two other in the waistband holsters for these really small concealed carry guns like this Glock 43. And I've used a copper rivet to hold the metal clip down once it's all put together. And I don't want the back side of this rivet to touch the side of the weapon inside the holster there, so I have sandwiched it between the liner piece of leather and the outside piece of leather. And what I've found is the copper doesn't seem to react with the vegetable tan leather and discolor it. So far so good, and so that's why this metal piece is in here, and it will be there when I wet form it. Now, the other thing that I learned is be very mindful of when you're drawing up your design that the leather does not cover up the mag release on the weapon. And people are saying, no duh. Yeah, well, sometimes you don't always think about that stuff when you're starting out making holsters. So, but as you can see on this Glock 27, that the mag release is covered by the leather. So there's a possibility that if you're wearing it, well, now you really see that, and you got tension with your belt holding it to your side, it could squeeze that button just enough to cause the magazine to release. So you don't want that. So from now on, all my designs, I make sure to be mindful of where the mag release is and put that in the design, so there's plenty of room, and there's no way that any type of leather would end up over the mag release and it gets sandwiched and cause the button to get depressed and the magazine to come out. So